Hello and welcome to another episode of Telescope Insights, this time with my good friend Rob Wilton from KOWA, who's very kindly come down to spend some time with us and provide us a bit more detailed education on what is the KOWA system. Over to you, Rob.
Thanks, Russell. Yeah, so basically, KOWA, we've always been about expanding the functionality of the spotting scope. So not just making it an observational tool, we want to be able to give you more options, make it more versatile. And the KOWA system is basically a cross-compatible selection of adapters. Now, when we bring out a new product, a new scope, a new lineup, we're always thinking about the adapters and making them cross-compatible. So even if you own an old scope, you can still utilise the latest digital cameras to do digiscoping and that kind of thing, because we always standardise the fittings. So on the Promenade lineup here, they're all using the same accessory collar and bayonet fitting. So you've got this thread here, you've got the bayonet mount, and that's the same for the three full-size scopes. The compact one isn't a removable eyepiece, so we don't have access to the bayonets, but we still have some shared options with the eyepiece, because the eyepiece also has a removable eyepiece cap, and we have a filter thread there as well to attach additional adapters. So obviously primarily it's an observational tool, so you can interchangeable eyepieces. We have the versatile wide angle zoom, which is a 30 to 70 when it's on the big 99 scope. It's 25 to 60 on the 88 and on the 66. Now the eyepiece isn't removable on the 55 because we want to keep it compact, but on these three scopes you can interchange the eyepiece. So if you want to use our 80XW, which is an ultra wide fixed 35 or 40 times on the 99, you can do that option. So real panoramic wide angle views.
Wider than the zoom.
Exactly. So that's popular obviously with sea watchers, and also the digiscopers, smartphone digiscoping. If you've ever seen that vignetting effect when you put a smartphone over with where you can see the eyepiece, you get zero vignetting with that. So it's a
purist piece, eh?
Exactly. So yeah, in terms of accessories, we've got the 1.6 times extender. It just goes into the bayonet mount there, increases the magnification of the eyepiece by 1.6. And the nice, clever thing with KOWA, they always do this, it's the same accessory thread on the actual adapter, so that opens it up to all the other add-on adapters. So you can even stack extenders. That just shows how good the optics are on the scope.
And there's a minimal nominal light loss of about 4%.
4% on that,
which I have to say, in use, when I have stacked them, you just can't tell or perceive any light loss at all. It's truly an amazing additional feature to the KOWA family, the 1.6 magnifier. It's jaw-dropping.
In terms of scope protection, if you're birding a lot by the coast, obviously it's harsh environment with the sand and all the elements, the salt. So we do protection. So you can protect the eyepiece with this CV88. Basically, as I just showed you on the eyepiece, you can take off the eye relief cap. Obviously there's no glass or anything in there. This one, it's the same twist up eye relief, but it's got protection glass in there. You can just put that on, and that's protecting the lens element on the eyepiece. And then on the opposite side, you've got filters. We do filters for the whole range. So we've got a 58, a 72, a 95, and a 105. So they don't reduce, the size of them doesn't reduce the objective lens size or anything like that.
Yeah, it's an important point actually, because it doesn't baffle the amount of light and compromise the internal design engineer's intended end experience by truncating the pupils any.
Yeah.
Because this is such a narrow mount, isn't it?
Exactly, that's right. So, and they've got our special KR coating on there, so anti-dust and moisture repellent surface. So if you want to protect the scope, we've got that solution. We have obviously our smartphone adapters. We've got the dedicated fit tool there. So if you really want the most simplest way of putting a smartphone onto the end of a scope to take really fantastic pictures, you can buy a case that fits your phone, and you can leave the case on if you want.
Model specific.
So, model specific. So, but if you're changing your phone regularly, then the Smarter Scope is probably the best universal option on the market. It's really well made. It's metal. Everything is refined. It's not like using a typical universal adapter. It's future-proof. We've built in tolerances to allow for deeper lenses on the smartphones. And then both adapters are compatible with our push-on rings, and those rings offer a secure push-on fit. So there's no adjustments, there's no having to align, which a lot of people get really frustrated with digiscoping, because if by the time they've got the adapter lined up, the picture they want to take, the opportunity's gone. With these push-on rings, it eliminates that. You just put it onto the adapter, screw it on, and you're good to go. So
it's all metal construction as well. It's called the Vario, and it's made in Austria. So it's a real premium piece, and it's phone agnostic. So buy once, use it forevermore.
Exactly. We always say, it's a premium scope, premium digiscoping experience. Buy once. You don't want to you're buying an expensive scope. You want good results, then it pays to use a premium adapter. The smartphone digiscoping, because as the phones are getting more sophisticated, it really is by far the most popular way. Even the hardcore digiscopers now, the DSLR guys, they're using smartphones because the results are so good. But if you still want to, if you're a photo purist and want to use DSLR system cameras, we can accommodate that. The same bayonet mount, same adapter ring is utilised, sits over the eyepiece, so you can still use the zoom. And then you just change the T2 ring here. So whatever system you're shooting, Canon, Nikon, whatever, you just change the T2 ring. So it's universal in that respect. There's other options for Micro Four Third cameras. So because of the sensor size, you put this onto one of these scopes, you're talking minimum 2000 millimeter if you're shooting through the body, through the scope. I mean, and that's a lot of telephoto power to handle. So what the guys using Micro Four Thirds do, they'll put a pancake lens on, which effectively reduces the focal length down to about 1000 millimeter. So, and then it also gives you some automatic functions, like it can fine-tune the focusing and give you some readings and meter readings and things like that. So, again, it's becoming less popular than the smartphone, which is understandable, and you see some of the results.
But you can still keep your EXIF data as well with that, can't you?
Exactly, that's right. So, but if you want, I think still cameras, there's still so many creative elements and menus and things that people get used to. So yeah, our ambassadors are still out there shooting. And then finally, for the astronomer, I mean, if you're a serious astronomer, you'll already know all about fluorite crystal optics, which these scopes are. Maybe you've got a huge telescope, an observatory in your garden or whatever, but you can't take that to a dark sky location. Whereas you can take one of these in your travel luggage. You may have a collection of astro eyepieces, 1.25 fitting astro eyepieces. You might have your favourite go-to eyepieces, very powerful ones, very wide angle. With these adapters, they go into the bayonet mount, and it reduces it down to 1.25, and then you can take your astro eyepieces to wherever you want to go, and you've got a really high quality, compact astronomy tool there as well. So yeah, I mean, the system, it really does enhance an observational tool, and it takes you to total new opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some shots taken of the supermoons with these systems, and the resolution is just staggering. Yeah. Picking out the sea of tranquility, visualising the craters as if in a way you would have never otherwise seen. Yeah. Truly spectacular.
I think that's a perfect example of the system in use there, because you want to do some craters on the moon, so you can go to your extender goes in, eyepiece goes in, and then you're using the third component of the digiscoping adapter, so they're all working together to create something that you want to do with it. So
yeah, what a comprehensive family it really is. Yeah, no stone unturned. Yeah. Thanks so much, Rob, for talking us through it, and appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching.